All right, thanks everyone for joining in to today's session. We're going to be talking about importing knowledge articles into our ServiceNow instance. So more specifically, we're going to be going from Word documents to ServiceNow knowledge articles. My name's Dustin Martin. I'm a technical consultant with Fruition Partners. And let's jump right into it here. So just to start off, with a brief history of Fruition Partners. We're an elite cloud integration firm. We focus on ITSM. We're founded in 2003, and for over 3 years we've been a preferred partner of ServiceNow. We have over 50 consultants in the US and worldwide. I, for example, am in Canada. We're ITIL certified professionals with a range from foundations all the way up to service manager. And we have a deep practical service management knowledge. We offer a complete IT service integration. We start from education, right at the basic IT service now admin, right up to the advanced level education. We offer ITIL certification. We also do administration, so virtual admin to supplement any existing staff. Release management, and right up to custom app development, so module applications, custom build applications, right to the most advanced level. Now, the reason we're all here today is really to talk about service articles and how we can mass import them into our instances. So we'll start really by a very simple introduction to this import script that Fruition Partners has developed to alleviate a lot of the manual tension that's created currently. We'll talk about how we prepare it and really the process about how we're going to run this script, the results we can expect. Then we'll run through a live demonstration and then answer any questions that you may have. Before we get into all that though, let's think of what the current mass import process is. There isn't one. We really have to manually import every article one by one into our system. So there's no mass import for Word documents into ServiceNow. And so when we do a copy and paste, we lose images, we lose links, or any legacy ID numbering may be lost if we're coming from an existing knowledge base. And worst of all, it's a very manual, repetitive, and time-consuming process. Now, oftentimes, firms implementing ServiceNow will bring on interns or summer students to do this, and I'm not trying to dismay anyone from hiring summer students, but let's get them doing something that's actually rewarding and progressive. So, the knowledge article script itself, what it does is we start with your Word documents, we'll convert them into HTML format. Throughout that process, we'll adjust for any special characters. HTML has a lot of special characters that we really need to filter out and weed those out. We'll adjust any links to any images, anything like that, to get it ready for import into your system. And then at the end of the day, we're going to produce one CSV file that's going to contain the HTML code for every doc file converted. Lastly, we upload all the images automatically. The script will take care of that for us. We don't have to worry about anything. So for every Word document that we have, say if we're importing a couple hundred all the way up to a couple thousand, if there's 5, 6, maybe even 10, 15 images per knowledge article, all of those will be handled automatically. We won't have to do anything. And those will go right up into a storage directory right on our ServiceNow instance. Now, the benefits of this is images are preserved and uploaded automatically for local storage. Links are preserved from all our knowledge articles. Legacy ID numbering from legacy knowledge bases is preserved. And we can really do thousands of these Word docs, convert them into HTML, upload them into our system quickly with really only a 4-step process. And then as we mature and we go through subsequent imports, it really comes down to really a 3-step process. Now, what are the actual files that we use to do this? It's a combination of 3 applications, 4 script files, and 1 configuration file. Now, the applications are used for, Word Cleaner is used for importing or converting your knowledge articles in Word format into HTML, we use SED as an advanced find and replace, which helps with some special character manipulation. And then curl is the application we use to automatically upload our images up into the instance. We then back those three applications up with 4 script files, which help dictate the order in which they run and really help the process along, massage the data, all that kind of stuff. Now, we don't have to worry about 3 of them. The only one that we're ever going to have to edit is variables, and we'll touch on that later, but that basically just points to it in the right direction as far as directories and that sort of thing. Now, lastly, we have one configuration file, which is a configuration file specifically for Word Cleaner, the application that we're going to install to convert from Word documents into HTML, and it basically just manipulates characters and helps with the removal of special characters. Now, the process of actually importing using the script. The first step is to prepare our directory. So we're going to amass all of the Word docs that we want to bring in. It can be a directory containing one Word document up to infinity. It really doesn't matter. We can bring in as many files as we want. It's quite dynamic. And then what we're going to do is install the applications involved with the script, so the Word Cleaner and the SED. Now, just a quick note, curl does not need to be installed. That's just a freestanding application. And then we'll set the variables in our variables.batch file. We'll jump into that now. What we're going to want to do, if we have a look at the screenshot here on the right, we have 4 or 5 different things depending on the level of complexity we want to get to. We're going to identify the directory where our files are going to be located, so that's just our directory full of Word documents, and then our directory full of the script files themselves. We can adjust the KB number if we'd like, so we can customize a prefix and then customize the number itself, and then set our instance username, password, that sort of thing as well. Now lastly, and usually this doesn't need to be edited, but it may, depending on your operating system, your CPU, that sort of thing, is the application details. Now this is where your files are going to be installed by default, the applications that you're going to install, so the Word Cleaner and the SED. By default on an x86 CPU, this is where they'll be. You may have to edit that afterwards, depending on your OS and CPU. The process is really prepare the knowledge import script, run the knowledge import script, and then the rest of it happens within ServiceNow. We'll log into our instance and we'll load the data in with the load data module, and then we'll use a transform map to move it into our knowledge table. The results are that all our images are up there, stored locally in our instance, and we're going to have a CSV file sitting in the root directory of our files. And then all that's left to do is go in and import the CSV file into our instance. We'll take a break here and we'll actually do a live demonstration. We'll import a Word document into a live instance. Okay, so for this, I have a sample knowledge article document sitting in a test directory here, and then here are where all my files for the knowledge import are. And we can see we have 4 batch files, and then a file directory of the applications and so on. So we'll have a look at the variables Word file, and we'll see that we've set the directory to test, the files to files here, and then we're going to start our KB number that we're going to get out of this is going to end in 99999. And here are our temporary Fruition 11 login details. So the instance that we're going to be logging into is fruition11.service-now.com, and all we need to actually put in is Fruition 11. So if we come over here and we'll run this run.bat, see the process comes up here. It's going to open up Word Cleaner. The conversions happen, and now we're uploading our images. There's only going to be one in there, so we can close this off. And now the process is to come into our instance, fruition11.service-now.com, and we will come down to the system import sets application, the load data module. We're going to go into just a temp knowledge import table. Choose our file. It's going to be this CSV file that's created by default right in our root directory. And we'll click go. It's been imported in. We'll run a transform map, which basically will transform the variables one-to-one. And we have a temporary transform map here. Great. Now, if we come into our knowledge base, we'll click on edit. Here's every knowledge article in our system, and then here's the one that we just imported down here. So if we have a look, we have an image that came over, a table that came over, and the text in our Word document. So we can view the article, and it'll look just like this. And then you basically have it in your instance. We've brought over the title of the file name as the short description. We've preset the number, and we've inserted the text into here. Now, just for a side-by-side comparison, here's what the article looks like before in Word format, and then here's how it looks in our instance. So you can see that the table formatting is maintained, images are maintained, formatting as far as indenting and bulleting, that's all maintained as well. So with that said, I'll turn it over for any questions, and just remind everyone that you can stay in touch either via Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and any email questions, anything like that, can come into webinars@fruitionpartners.com, and we can stay in touch that way. So let me have a look if there are any questions here. Okay, so we have one question here of where do you get the Word Cleaner software? So, and that is that's something you can just Google Word Cleaner 5. That's the name of the application, and that's the real meat and potatoes of this script, because that's what manages the transform from Word into HTML. So you could just do a quick Google on that. What about if you're importing from a different, oh, and then it trails off. Okay, and then we have a question here, where can we get the script? So for that, we would encourage you to contact us via the email on your screen, webinars@fruitionpartners.com, and then we can get in touch that way. Okay, we got a great question here. What if you already have HTML files instead of Word doc files? So what you would use then is we can use the same script, but just comment out the first part of it where we're converting from doc to HTML, and we would have a very simple process to then kind of tailor the script to just handle HTML files. That would be no sweat. So I would encourage you as well to contact us via email, and we would be happy to tailor that to your needs. Good point. So I just got a question here asking if the session is being recorded and will be available for review later. Certainly has been recorded, and it should be up within the next couple hours, and then available to be watched whenever it's convenient for you. Okay, well, if there are any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them. You can always contact us via the email here or through any of the social networking sites listed on the screen as well. And I really thank you for your time.